What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, there might be another leak for Diablo 4, okay? Some of you guys have probably already seen this, but it looks like it came from Germany. This photo of an art book that's supposed to be of Diablo art that might be available soon after BlizzCon, or it's going to be announced at BlizzCon, or maybe even for sale at BlizzCon. I don't know. But many are speculating that this is further evidence that Diablo 4 is certainly in the works. So check this out, and let me know what you guys think about this. Here's what it says. Now, I can't read this shit, but it says something about 500 artworks of Diablo, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and Diablo 4. All right, so if this is official Blizzard stuff right here, of course, they're officially recognizing Diablo 4 as something that exists. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. And check out the artwork that's on it. Yeah, the artwork is kind of cool, right? And this looks darker than I think what would generally be on a Diablo 3 advertisement. So, of course, for Diablo 4, it was stated like a year back or whatever that this next Diablo project that Blizzard is working on, they have a theme going on for it, and that theme is to embrace the darkness. So maybe that's a good thing, you know. I think it could be. Not that I want like a super dark, nasty game, but just less exaggerated, I think, is what I want in terms of proportions, characters, people, the physics, and things around you. Like in Diablo 3, as a wizard, if you drop a freaking meteor, the enemies just float away. Like everything is so exaggerated. And of course, your characters are wearing like some really heavy pieces of armor that just make them look extra thick, you know, like too thick, man. And Iceman doesn't really like thick that much. Okay, so they're just too thick. Things that wouldn't be practical in real life, you know, things like that. So, but what do you guys think about that? Is this proof that Diablo 4 is in the works? Did Blizzard leak this information intentionally? Or was it really just one individual who released this information, or is this shit just all made up? It seems like a lot of media outlets are reporting on it and acting like this shit is for real, and that it's almost a certainty that Diablo 4 is going to be announced. And hopefully if it is, they'll have some gameplay footage, maybe some cinematic stuff going on. I think that would be the most toad, because then we can all theorize what Diablo is going to be like, you know, after we see some actual in-game footage. So hopefully that'll be at BlizzCon. I'm hoping for something, you know, similar to what Diablo 1 was like in terms of its art direction and its physics and things like that, and its, you know, proportions. I mean, it was the characters in Diablo 1, I believe, were mostly all sprites and claymation. So there were actual, you know, straight up visuals from photography in terms of the character displays and stuff like that. So they were just straight up taken out of a camera, you know. So that's why it looks so real, man. And I'm hoping something similar for Diablo 4. But maybe have an interesting take on the art direction as well, some toadish backdrops and all that. But, you know, don't make it as exaggerated as Diablo 3, you know, nowhere near that. And that's my opinion anyway. But what do you guys think? Another big thing with Diablo 4 is, you know, folks are blabbling about how the hell are they going to monetize, and are they going to monetize it at all? With Diablo 2, of course, there's nothing additional that you can buy while in game. So the only way they made money was the initial sales of the game, as well as people buying expansions. And of course, with Diablo 2, only one expansion ever came out. I don't remember what that went for at the time, but maybe $50, but I don't know. It was just a one-time thing, you know? So the benefit, of course, in having some monetizable content is that the developers then have incentive to continue working on the game. So there are a few methods that they could take if they go this route, but I don't know if they're going to. What do you guys think? And do you want them to? I think Path of Exile lets you buy stash space. Is that right? Maybe you even rent it for a small fee every month that like auto-renews or something. But I think it would be toadish at the least if in Diablo 4 they give us a nice big stash like this that's in Path of Diablo. And that's the thing, man. A lot of us who are familiar with Diablo 2, we were given a tiny little stash. And apparently that was sufficient. But yeah, it was really frustrating dealing with that tiny stash, but that's all we ever had. and then we could put shit in the cube and put shit on different characters that we'd call mules. But beyond that, man, there wasn't much else in terms of how we could collect our goodies. You know, in a game that's all about collecting goodies and finding gear, I would think that they'd want to, you know, give us more space. That would be toadish. So what if in Diablo 4, if they give us like 4 tabs or 5 tabs of something about this size, and then you can buy additional tabs, you know what I mean? Or you could rent them per month so that they could have some additional revenue to give them incentive to keep working on the game. You know, that's just one idea. I think Path of Exile does something like that. Maybe some cosmetic features that you could purchase as well. You know, just as long as they don't cross the line of it being a pay to win. You know, so as long as this stuff doesn't affect the gameplay, which some could probably even argue that having more stash tabs here would allow for more experimenting with builds and stuff, but I don't think it would be game breaking, you know what I mean, in terms of competing with players who don't buy the tabs. But that's just one idea, and I'm not saying I want that exactly, but it would kind of make sense, and I don't think it'd piss me off if they were to implement something like that. But I do know with Path of Exile, they have a very hardcore fan base, and Grinding Gear Games apparently did a great job with how they monetize shit. And it's generally agreed that it's not a pay-to-win game. There's just additional shit that you can buy to help the developers out and help them continue putting effort into the game. So I don't know what those things are that you can purchase, but let me know in the comments for those of you who are familiar with Path of Exile. And do you think that's an acceptable way on how to monetize a game? Or maybe Blizzard shouldn't monetize this shit at all. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If they should monetize Diablo 4 with anything in addition to buying the game upon release, you know, or whenever, just a one-time deal. But yeah, like this video. I'm looking forward to BlizzCon, so more videos on stuff previous to that, and you know, whatever they announce. Hopefully it is going to be Diablo 4 in my opinion, and Diablo 2 remastered perhaps, but we'll see how all this shit goes. But like the video, hit the thumbs up button, become a patron, follow me on Facebook if you want, links in the description below. Peace be with you.